What is the elevator pitch for open access? This is Roger Watson, the editor of Nurs Open. A recent article by Litaru in Forbes magazine asked why academics had not embraced open access. After all, according to Litaru, the academic community had been at the forefront over the past 2 decades of populating, using and promoting the spread of the internet. The internet, of course, is the medium for open access, yet it appears that open access regarding research findings is still not entirely accepted. This is despite the fact that academics want to share their research findings. The barriers may not, of course, rest entirely with the academics. The predominant model of academic publishing takes place by the traditional route of free submission of manuscripts and publication of articles by refereed journals. The articles are then read on a pay-to-view basis, mainly through collective agreements by, for example, university libraries to which employees and students have access. Rarely individuals pay to view articles. Recent years, approximately a decade or so, have seen the rise of the open access movement. This is a broad movement which includes mavericks or folk heroes, depending on your perspective, who have broken ranks and made their own work available freely, ignoring the copyright restrictions of the major publishers. Others have made vast amounts of literature, their own and others, available open access. The arguments for this usually revolve around the nature of research being publicly funded and the excessive profits of the major publishing houses. This is not the place to rehearse the arguments around the virtues of open access and the purported evils of the academic publishing industry. However, it's clear that the academic publishers have responded, along with many criminals in the shape of the predatory publishers. The main academic publishing houses have responded in 3 ways. 1. Providing pay-to-publish open access options for articles accepted by the traditional route, the gold route. 2. Developing pay-to-publish open access online journals, also gold route. 3. By agreeing to allow final accepted manuscripts to be available on repositories with an embargo period, the green route. Options 1 and 2 cost money in the form of an APC, an article processing charge, and these can be expensive. They're expensive to offset the profits publishers may have made from pay-to-view. To obviate double dipping, whereby the publishers make money from selling open access and articles also available pay-to-view, major publishers have agreed to publish additional copy at no additional charge to compensate. Option 3, the green route, is the only option free to the author and the reader, but requires institutions to maintain repositories. The main driver for open access is making research outcomes more widely available for academics. There's also evidence, probably for selected outputs, that it may increase citations to articles made available open access. Given the cost of open access and the availability of the green route, why would an author pay an APC? As the elevator reaches its destination, and you have to explain this to an author, what would you say? Well, according to Mind Tools, there are 4 key aspects of a so-called elevator pitch. 1. Identify your goal before trying to pitch under 3 points. 2. Explain what you do, communicate your USP, your unique selling point. 4. Engage with a question. If tasked with an elevator pitch in open access, I think my response would be, my goal is to convince an author that publishing open access by the pay-to-publish route is worthwhile. Adopting the above slightly, my 3 points would be: we provide gold route open access options for authors to make their work freely available on the internet. Open access by the gold route is the only way that your material can become instantly and freely available to read from the point of publication. Open access can improve the impact of your research and citations to your articles. Can you afford not to consider open access for your next publication?
This podcast was produced in association with youpublicationslimited.com.
Between Pages, Memories, Pressed.